Hey, Leeds, he's back. The Irishman is back. Hope things are going well with the overall gift of gab and the chaps concept that I have been speaking to you about so far. I'm hearing really good reports about the way you're implementing it. And I thought I would provide you with just one little anecdote, which I may have said to some of you when I was speaking to you. And this really relates to how you can make a very dramatic impact on people that you're working with, especially the new hires, by doing very, very simple things. Back in the day when I was living back in Ireland, I was working as a marketing guy for a large consumer company. It was actually, the company makes Hellmann's mayonnaise. I thought life was brilliant and I was going places until a new general manager came in. He called me in one day and he said, "Conor, I don't want you working on these brands anymore. You can go over and look after another part of the business." That was about a third of what I was used to working on and seen by many as a career graveyard. It was actually the food service business. The decision devastated me. I was angry, annoyed, frustrated. I just wanted to go home and kick the dog. As I think I said to a few of you, I didn't have a dog to kick, so I was going to go and get the neighbour's dog to kick. But the neighbour was a big burly guy and he would have kicked me instead of me kicking the dog. So it wouldn't have been a good idea. But I was mad, frustrated and annoyed. And I decided I was going to leave the organisation. Before I was able to do that though, I transferred over to the other business. And on the second day in my new office, the place now that was as dreary as I actually felt at the time, I arrived in after lunch, and there on my desk was a potted plant. No, I said a potted plant, not a pot plant. Okay? Potted plant. All right. Sorry about that, gang. A potted plant. The flowers brightened the room, but it was the message that was attached to the plant that really brightened my spirit. And it read, "Conor, life is not always fair. Hang in there." And it was signed by Carmel. Now, Carmel was a work colleague who I sometimes butted heads with. I wouldn't say I was a great friend of hers or she was a great friend of mine, but we got on okay. But that simple little message of support from Carmel when I was feeling really down motivated me to stay in the organisation and motivated me to do a good job in the food service business that I was running, to such an extent that I got transferred over to the UK and then finally to the United States. It was a simple potted plant that Carmel gave me. Back in the day, and this actually was 20 plus years ago, it was kind of actually in the last century. Yeah, can you imagine? The last century. Oh. Anyway, so it probably cost Carmel maybe, I don't know, $3-4 at the time. But that simple act of kindness though made a real difference to me. It motivated me to stay in the organisation, and if I had not got that simple little act of kindness from Carmel, I wouldn't be speaking to you today. And I do believe that each one of us, if we think back on our own life, we can probably think of one or two acts of kindness that people have done for us, for you, and for your friends that made a real difference. And it didn't cost a lot of money and didn't cost a lot of effort, but just a little bit of thought. And you, if you can provide a little bit of support, additional support, or reach out and provide a little bit of kindness and consideration to some of the new hires, especially in the first few days, they are going to remember you. Those new hires will go on to be experienced people, and they may well remember be talking about you in 20, 25 years' time, which is what I'm doing about Carmel. It was 27 years ago, this past February, that Carmel gave me that potted plant. And I still remember it. So for you, as you implement the CHAPS concept, as you work to complement some of your team members, as you do something to hear the words thank you, i.e. you do something that benefits a colleague or a co-worker and you'll hear the words thank you from them. When you address them with their name on a regular basis, use positive words and put a smile on people's faces, you're going to continue to build a better team. And when you build that better team, it's not just Land of Frost that benefits. It's not just the new hire that you've motivated to do something. you're going to benefit because you're going to be under less stress. You're not going to be wondering, have I enough people on my team to be able to finish or complete the shift? You're going to be leaving less fatigued, and you're going to be happier in yourself in general. So that's what I wanted to leave you with. The story about the potted plant is absolutely true. I actually did connect with Carmel a few years back, and I did it because people kept saying to me, did you ever tell Carmel what she meant to you? And actually I hadn't. So I did contact her, and actually both of us ended up crying on the phone. Two grown people talking about something that happened 20 plus years ago, and yet it had that emotional impact. I'm not necessarily saying you have that much of an emotional impact on people going forward, for a simple act of kindness for someone at work, or by the way, at home as well, or in the community, will make a difference to how that person feels and how you feel. So chaps, best of luck to you going forward. Hope the weather isn't driving you crazy for you in Kentucky. Hope things are going okay there and that you're safe. And we'll see you sometime shortly. So Conor Cunneen, Irishman Speaks, off to walk the land again. Cheers, gang.